Hello friends, and welcome to another FriYay Pick card. So today, it's been a long week. I have to say, it's been an incredibly long week. I have been blessed with an incredibly full diary, seeing clients back to back, but I had to clear my diary and I had to take a day off on Wednesday. We had some work being done here at home and it was chaos. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But anyway, it's done. It's all behind us and we are moving forward with some exciting adventures happening to us here at home. But today is Friday and it is your FriYay Picker card. It's always such a challenge for me to sort of pick a deck of cards from up there and decide what deck I'm going to use for all of you today. And I decided today that I am going to stick with the Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle. So I have got them both here in front of me. So we have the tarot deck, the full tarot deck, and we have the Oracle deck as well. So we're going to work with those two. And they are just such an awesome, fun deck, such a fun combination. And the reason why I chose them today is because I felt like I have been the Everyday Witch. I've had to create things out of nothing this week. I've had to perform miracles. I've had to conjure up all sorts of things. So it's quite appropriate and quite apt that we use the Everyday Witch today. I hope your week has been good. I hope it's been a successful one for you. And I do hope that you enjoy your pick card. I do hope you get exactly the message that you need to hear. So on screen at the moment, you will have an image of your bundles, of your choices, of your options. And you are asked to just close your eyes, close your mind, shut it all down, take a deep breath in, hold it for 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Let it all out. When you find yourself in a car-centered space, you can open your eyes and look at what's on screen at the moment and ask yourself which of these is the one that really seems to be talking to you. Which bundle is it that seems to be drawing you in and that seems to have the message that you need to hear? And then once you have that message, once you've identified which one it is, you can fast forward, you can move straight along to that part of the video to get the message that you need to hear. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. So if you get a message that truly resonates with you and helps you and guides you on your path, let me know. I'd love to hear. So with no further ado, let's get straight into your messages. So we'll see you at bundle 1, 2, or 3. So we're at bundle 1. And welcome to all of you who chose bundle 1. I hope it's going to be an awesome message for you. Today we're going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Everyday Witch Oracle because, I've had to be the Everyday Witch this week and I thought I would share it with you. So we're going to start off with the tarot deck. I have pre-shuffled, I have set the intention, I have put it all into the cards, but we're just going to, while we're chatting now, we're going to just give them a shuffle again, and we're asking that the messages that we get today be exactly the message that all of you who chose bundle 1 need to hear. May it be a message of upliftment, a message of positivity, of hope, of guidance, and may it be exactly what you need. Right, I didn't throw any cards on the table today, which is, there we go. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just kept my mouth quiet. Right, let's have a look, friends, and see what we get. So we're starting with the tarot deck today. So as I said, it is the Everyday Witch Tarot. So we're starting with the tarot deck, and we're going to draw 2 cards. So let's have a look and see what 2 cards we get. Oh, my nails match, I just noticed. Okay, so we're taking 1 card there, and that one over there looks good. Let's see what we've got. I think it was that one first. So the first card is the 7 of Wands. And 7 of Wands, if you look at it, she's sort of backed onto the ledge, okay? So she's feels as if she's backed and she can't take it, she can't go anymore. She's got all of these people in front of her here sort of, coming towards her almost as if they're trying to attack her, almost as if they're trying to egg her over the edge, okay, edge her over. And she's defending herself. She's got her cat, and you can see even the little pretty cat is ready to defend and ready to fight. And she's feeling like she's trapped. She's feeling like she's stuck. She's feeling like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, okay? So maybe that's how you're feeling. The other card we drew to partner with it is the Star. And she's now the total opposite, isn't she? She's like also calm. She's like also so gentle. She's not feeling worried at all. She's actually feeling quite hopeful. She's connecting above and below. Okay, so as that saying goes, as above, so below, that's what she's doing. The star is the card of hope, okay? It's the card of guidance. It's the card of when we have nowhere to go, we don't know who to turn to. This is the card that's going to be there for you, all right? So if we look at these two, so we have got the first card where she's feeling challenged, where she's feeling trapped, she's feeling backed into a corner. She feels like everybody's against her, everybody's, attacking her. And then attached to that, we've got the star, which is all about being centered, being controlled, being still within yourself and knowing that everything's going to be okay. Because that's what the star is telling you. The star card is saying to you that there is hope and everything's going to be okay. Trust and believe. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, is that how you're feeling at the moment? Because if you are, I can totally relate. After the week that I've had, I can totally relate. So with this one here about being backed into a corner, let's just have another look at this card, okay? Everybody's got their wands out, everybody's got their weapon of choice out, and everybody's using their weapons to try and change the outcome, to try and achieve something or to make something happen. She's defensive. She's got her cat. She's got her little wand in her hand as well. I don't know if you can actually see that. She's got her little wand. But you know what she's got on her side is she's got opportunity on her side. She can turn the situation around very quickly with just a very little effort. She must not give up. She must keep holding on to hope, and she must keep believing that she is going to turn the situation around, because she really is. So if you are feeling like this, if you are feeling a little bit trapped, if you are feeling a little bit like pushed out on the ledge, and you feel like the only way is over, trust that. Trust that. Go with it, because it's not going to be so bad. All right. Let's just see though. So now I'm going to pick up the Everyday Witch Oracle, which are huge cards in comparison to my little hands. So I'm bound to be a bad shuffler, but there's not so many of them. It's just a fairly small deck. And let's just see what it has to say. How do we resolve this feeling of being trapped? How do we resolve this? How do we hold on to the hope that is there for us? What do we need to do to turn the situation around into a better situation? Let's just have a look. Okay. So we're going to take one card there, and we're going to take another card there. Right. So I've kept the order right this time around. The first one we have, oh, isn't it just too gorgeous? I don't have to hold it so close. I know it's difficult to read on the camera, but it says affirmation for growth. Affirmation for growth. And you know what it's telling you is that this whole situation, this whole feeling of being backed into a corner is all about growth, inner growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, mental growth. But you need to be, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is something that you repeat on a regular basis. It's something that you keep saying to yourself a couple of times a day, a couple of days in a row, until such time as it becomes real. So affirmation for growth is telling you that you need to be focusing on your affirmations, and you need to be constantly reminding yourself that all is not lost and that the universe has your back. Connected to that. Change and progress. I want you to actually read it there. I don't know if, there we go. Change and progress. Can you see that? So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, it's just so apt, isn't it? It always is. It always is. I'm always so surprised at how it all just ties in, and the message is just so appropriate for everybody, which is really great. So the oracle cards, these two oracle cards, are saying to you affirmation for growth, and it's telling you change and progress. So don't focus on the fact that you are backed in a corner. Don't focus on the fact that you feel like you've got nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, that you're trapped, you're stuck, and that you're about to die. Because there is hope, there is guidance, there is opportunity for growth, for change, for progress. But you need to keep reminding yourself of that. Keep saying those affirmations. Keep focusing on the positive. Keep focusing on what is right there in front of you. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. And what you have is going to give you enough to build your little rowboat, to build your little dinghy, as we say here in South Africa, and get yourself wherever you need to. Okay? So I think that is phenomenal, friends. So those of you who chose bundle 1, I do hope that there was something there that spoke to your heart and soul. I do hope that there was some kind of truth that resonated with you. So whatever it is that you're facing at the moment, it's not over. There's still hope. There's still so much that can come through for you. All you've got to do is keep believing, and believing in yourself, believing in the opportunities that you have around you, and everything's going to work out just fine. With love and blessings from me to you, until we do this again next week, you take care. And hello to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you've had a good week. If you didn't watch the intro and you're not sure what cards we're using today, you can see I'm already giving them a shuffle. It's just a habit. If I have cards in my hand, I will shuffle. Today we are using the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Everyday Witch Oracle. I paired them together because I've had a week where I've had to be the witch every day. I had to conjure up all sorts of things at the drop of a hat. I've had to create miracles, all sorts of things. So it's been a long week, and I thought this was an appropriate deck to use because it is a fun and a light-hearted deck, and it does bring through such awesome wisdom. Right, so we are going to shuffle, and while we're shuffling, we're asking that the cards that we draw today be exactly the cards that everybody who chose bundle 2 needs to hear. Let it be the message for the collective, let it be the message of guidance, hope, and inspiration, and let it be exactly what you need in your life right now. Right, I think I have shuffled enough. Okay, we have the cards. Let's draw. We're going to take that one over there, and that one over there. Right. So the first card we have, I just love these cards. They are just so awesome. The first card we have is the Six of Swords. I've changed my camera angle, so now I have to get used to where to hold the cards so that you can see them all. So here we have the Six of Swords. And connected to that, we have the beautiful, awesome, and amazing Nine of Pentacles. Right, so if we look at these two cards, let's just have a look. Starting off with the Six of Swords, okay, so if you have a look at the image here, so here we have this young lady who is you right now, and she has her backpack, and she has all her swords in her backpack, and she is on her broom, and she's going away. So it's almost like she's hitched a ride on a broomstick. Can you see that? Okay, so she's on a broomstick, and she's got her cat, she's got her sword, she's got all her possessions, and you can see that there's wind and movement, and she's sort of, I'm going to say she's running away. And she's looking back. So she's looking back at what she's leaving behind, and she's like, okay, so I'm doing this. I'm actually doing this. I'm actually walking away, flying away in this particular instance. I'm leaving my troubles, my worries, my difficulties behind me, and I'm going somewhere else, okay? So the Six of Swords is the card of turning your back on your present circumstances, realizing that it doesn't suit you anymore, realizing that it doesn't work for you, and wanting something different, okay? The other card that we got, and just to have a look at that one, is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is about luxury. It's about lavish. It's about having everything that your heart and soul desires. It's about being able to splurge on whatever your heart wants, chocolates, wine, whatever it may be, not just focusing on the needs, but focusing on the wants. So you are not happy in your current circumstances. You are longing to change. You are longing for a complete redo, a makeover, a start again. And sometimes we have to walk away. Sometimes we have to leave it behind us and move on so that we can enjoy the lavish luxuries that life has to offer. Can you see the broomstick under her chair as she's drinking her wine, eating her fruits under the tree of money, and life is good. So before I continue, let's now take the Oracle deck, this incredibly huge Oracle deck, and I'm going to shuffle, and let's see what cards it wants to give us that complete the message, that add to the message to make it something a little bit more interesting. So we have this feeling of wanting to run away, this feeling of wanting to leave all our troubles behind us and to just escape, and to escape to a land of luxury, escape to the land of happiness, and escape to the land of promise. Let's see what the Oracle has to say about that. So we're going to take two cards. And let's see what we got. I love it. Imagine and envision. So here we have her sitting on a broomstick again. She has her journal in front of her, and she's journaling away. She's drawing everything. And if you look at all the stuff above her, all the stuff up here, it's all the stuff of dreams, isn't it? We've got unicorns, castles, we've got four-leaf clover, we've got luck, we've got money, there's even an engagement ring. There's a little bit of everything, okay? And the message at the bottom says imagine and envision. So the challenges that you're trying to escape from, the things that you're trying to, I'm going to use the words and say run away from, the things that you want to leave behind you, You think you're being unrealistic. You think you're wanting to go to a fairer land, a land of milk and honey, and maybe you've convinced yourself that it doesn't exist. And here you're being told, imagine and envision, because it's real. It can be. The other card that we got with that, I love the dog at the top, but it says meditation for peace and serenity. So maybe what this card is saying to you is that maybe before you embark on this journey, before you just run away, maybe you need to spend a bit of time in meditative contemplation and ask yourself, is this really what you want? Are you ready to walk away? Are you ready to abandon, leave, and go? Are you ready to take all your possessions at the drop of a hat and move towards a land that may or may not exist? It's saying to you here, you need to be a little bit more meditative, a little bit more contemplative, and really ask yourself, sorry, I can't stop laughing at the little doggy at the top there. It's just too cute, okay? But it's, in all seriousness, it's saying to you, anything that you can imagine can happen for yourself, okay? It really can happen for yourself. This land of abundance, this land of milk and honey, this land of whatever, it is there. If you can imagine it, it's real. But in order to attain it, in order to get there, you need to be a little bit more contemplative, because when you go still, when you go quiet and you start listening to what's happening here and listening to what's happening here, you start hearing and seeing the truth. And the truth will set you free. The truth will allow you to move forward, to move on. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be completely honest with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you are imagining? What is it that you're envisioning? What's happening here? Are you perceiving life to be horrible and hard, or are you perceiving it to be this lavish life of luxury? I hope it's this one. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 2, interesting message of saying that yes, we all have these thoughts of wanting to just do over, of wanting to leave our realities behind and go somewhere else where life is easy, where life is simple, where life is uncomplicated. You deserve that, and you can have that by believing in yourself, believing in your own abilities, believing in who and what you are. But go quiet, go contemplative, go into meditation and ask yourself, is that really what you want? Is that really what you truly want and desire for yourself? I hope there was something in there that makes sense to you. I hope that there was something that brings a little bit of guidance, a little bit of upliftment into your life. Take what works to you and leave the rest. And I look forward to doing this again with you next week. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you've had a good week. I hope it's been uncomplicated, and I hope it's been successful for you. I've had a bit of a crazy week. So the pack of cards that I'm using today is the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I'm also using the Everyday Witch Oracle. And I've had to be the witch this week. I've had to create miracles out of nothing. I've had to conjure up all sorts of things. So I thought it was an appropriate set of cards to use for today's pick a card. Okay, so this is the tarot deck. Let's give it a shuffle. And we're asking now, as we shuffle the cards, we're setting the intention. We're asking that the cards that we draw now be exactly the cards that are needed for all of you who chose bundle 3. May it be the exact message of hope, of guidance, and of inspiration, exactly as each one of you need right now. Let's have a look. Okay, I am throwing them around. Of course I am. Okay, let's select some cards. So we're going to take that one over there. And I want one here, that one. Right, so putting all of those down. The first card we have, just to put them together. Oopsie. Can you see the Ace of Cups? So the Ace of Cups is generally a card that talks about somebody new coming into your space, okay? Cups are to do with our emotions and got to do with our feelings. And Ace is new beginnings. So there's a new emotion, there's a new individual, there's a new circumstance that's going to be coming into your space that's going to bring you a lot of joy, that's going to bring you a lot of happiness, okay? Connected to that, oh, very nice, we have the Emperor. So the Emperor, he is the one who operates without emotion, okay? There's no emotions involved. He does everything through logic. He does everything through common sense. He does everything through ruling with a hard hand and all of that kind of stuff. He's not a very gentle, emotional person. All his decisions and all his rulings are made without emotion. So we have a new emotional connection that's going to come through for you, and that being the Ace of Cups. And then you've got the Empress saying, don't get too emotional into the situation. Okay, see it for what it is, see it practically, see it logically, and accept it for what it is. Don't, and I think we all tend to do that, don't we? When we meet a new person, we immediately get excited and we immediately think of the possibilities of the relationship or of the connection. And especially if you're single and you are so desperate to get married, as soon as you meet somebody, you immediately imagine yourself married, imagine yourself having babies. And I think that's what the Emperor is saying to you. Don't get carried away in the emotion, okay? But before we carry on with that message, let's now take the Oracle deck, which I have over here. You can see the size of it. It is absolutely huge. And let's give it a shuffle and let's add some cards to our message and see exactly what it is that Spirit wants us to know today. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And as I said, these are quite large, but there's not so many of them, so it's a little bit easier, but I still baffle. Okay. That's shuffled enough. We're going to take that one over there, and I think that one over there. So the first card we have, oh, very nice. Rebirth. I want to just hold it that you can see it. Rebirth and rejuvenation. So here we have a lady who is coming out of the water, but she's coming out of the water completely cleansed, completely clean, completely new. You know, she's like full of new experiences. She has none of her attachments to her past, none of her clothes that hold her back, and you know, your clothing depicts who you are. And if you're wearing a nurse's outfit, you are a nurse. If you are wearing a policeman's suit, you are a policeman. She's come out completely naked and vulnerable, but also open to absolutely any opportunity that comes her way. The fact that we have got the dolphins in the background and all these little tortoises, okay, that we have here as well, are also all about opportunities. So, and the other card we have, oh, I love it, fire magic. Fire is a very practical energy, okay? Fire is something that we use to achieve outcomes. So when we want to cook food, when we want to get warm, when we want light, all of that is fire. That's what fire does for us. So fire magic is telling you that you need to create whatever it is that you're looking for. So friends, let's bring it all back together. So the first card we had was the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, as I said to you, is about a new individual, a new energy, a new person that's coming into your life. The fact that right here by my finger is the pot where it's being conjured, where it's being created. So it hasn't happened as yet. It's going to happen. So Spirit is saying to you, look out for this individual that's going to step into your life, that's going to be bringing something, because we don't want just anybody in our life. We want somebody who's going to bring some kind of positivity, bring some kind of something into your space. And clearly this person is coming. So the universe has heard your cry for help, heard your longing for a connection with another person, and they're sending this person on the way to you. Don't become too emotional. Don't immediately plan on marrying this person or making some kind of an emotional commitment. See them for who they are, for what they bring, for the logical, practical reasoning of the connection. Understand that you are going through the rebirth, okay? Understand that you are being recreated. You are busy reinventing yourself. You are not the same person you used to be. Therefore, the people that you're attracting into your space are not the same as the kind of people that you used to. So this new person coming in is very different from what you've expected. You are busy going through this, what was it, rebirth and reinvention. So I don't know if I said that right earlier. It's rebirth and reinvention, and that's where you're at. So we need to reinvent and all our connections with people. We need to recognize that we are different, that we have grown, we have progressed. And as such, our relationships with people need to do the same. And the last card we had was Fire Magic. And Fire Magic is saying to you that you need to work with the energies that are around you. You need to take the opportunities. The fire is the opportunity. Take it and do something with it. Don't squander and don't waste it. I'm saying that because that's exactly what the Emperor would say. The Emperor would tell you, don't waste opportunities. The Emperor would tell you, get on and get busy. Don't worry about emotions. Don't worry about who said what and who feels what and all of that. The Emperor says just get down to business. And that's exactly what Fire Magic is telling you as well. So Fire Magic is saying that use the fire to your advantage. Use it to create whatever it is that you're looking for. The universe has heard you, and the universe is sending help. They're sending their resources. They're sending people, opportunities and circumstances to guide you on your path. And you're going to do this because you are going through this complete reinvention, this complete rebirth, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So, fire magic. I just love that. Absolutely love that. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 3, it's quite a strong message. I'm like also trying to absorb and trying to process exactly what it is that Spirit was saying. But basically what Spirit is saying is that they've heard you, they acknowledge where you're at, they acknowledge what you're going through, they recognize that you cannot do it on your own, so they are sending resources, they're sending people to help and guide you. Accept the help. Don't be a superhuman, okay? Don't try and be a superhero. If somebody offers help, say yes please and thank you, okay? Don't allow emotions to cloud the situation. So be emperor, keep quite logical in your thinking, but recognize that you are going through a transformation and you do need the help. Okay, let the help you. All right. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 3, I do hope that there was something there that offers you guidance, help, and inspiration that you need in your life right now. Take what works for you and leave the rest. And until we do this again next week, you take care.